Ever wondered how some people have everything they dream of, but for many of us it remains just that, a dream? Fortunately, it's not a question of genetics or luck. It's down to the mental strategies that we use. So today, I'm going to give you the 7 keys that will help you turn your dreams into reality. Hello my friend, I'm Edward Terry and I'm your personal success coach on a mission to provide you with the tools and techniques to help you step into the life of your dreams. So, let's get into it. Now, the first key is understanding what is important to us. Now, if a goal is in line with our values, we get the energy and motivation that lead us toward the goal. But what do I mean by that? Most of us have experienced a surge of energy and motivation at some point in our lives. Maybe it's birthdays, or Christmas, or festivals, the anticipation of the gifts or the joy of the season. We don't hesitate to get things for our loved ones or make time to repair any decorations. Or buying a new house, a car, or clothes. We invest time, or more accurately, we make time to do the things that light us up. Or when we're on holiday in a new place, we explore and soak up every moment of the experience. The curious thing is how much we don't target the use of this behaviour towards the things that we want in life. And it's because we don't spend enough time working on pursuing our goals that we have such a high failure rate at achieving them. Now, I'm sure you've set New Year's resolutions, but how many of those did you achieve? What was different, I wonder, between those that you did achieve and those that you didn't? I suspect that for those you did not achieve, beneath the surface reason for not doing so, which could be the cost in terms of time or money, the shiny object syndrome, or whatever, was in reality a loss of something else that could not be compromised. You traded the resolution for something else you chose was more important. Now, if we have a greater understanding of our values, craft our goals in line with them, and address some of the other areas I'll talk about next, we're rewarded with the energy and motivation to make them happen with ease. The second key is to optimize the use of our time. And to do this, we must first understand what is important to us. And having done so, we must then distinguish between the activities that are important and urgent. In my experience, this is not regularly practiced. Too many people just react to the activities that are asked of them, or are left to the point of becoming urgent. Now, if we understand what is important to us, we can build our days, weeks, and lives around achieving them with clarity and apply clear methods to achieve them. A good tool here is the Eisenhower matrix. This is 4 quadrants that split your tasks into important, not important, urgent, and not urgent. But since this video is about the 7 keys for success, I won't go into that here, but there will be a link here if you're visiting from the future and would like to know more. The third key is to start with what you have now, but start with the end in mind. Having both established goals that are in line with your dreams and optimize your time, you need to make a start. You need to get going. It's important that the start is made with a goal in mind and with a degree of realism on the resources that are available to you now. Delusion is the result of setting off without a realistic view of what the present situation is, and delusion soon turns into disappointment, which in turn to frustration and ultimately little or no significant progress. Do you struggle with this? Comment below so I know if there's something I should be talking more about. At the end of the day, we only have 3 resources: energy, physical and mental, time, and money. And it's key that we learn how to make optimal use of these resources to implement this key. Now, the fourth key is how we meet our challenges. No amount of planning is going to cater for every eventuality. And many people consider these unplanned events to be problems that prevent progress and give up at that point. Now, as I mentioned in the last section, this leads to disappointment, and this is a feedback loop that reinforces any doubts you may have had at the outset, which is why you give up. But more on this another day when I dive much deeper into the thoughts, feelings, actions, and results cycle. People who achieve their dreams, however, are not put off by these events, but are instead more energized by the richness of opportunities that may be hidden in them. With the right mindset, the journey to achievement can be viewed as one opportunity after another to reinforce the ability to succeed. The fifth key is how we use our imagination. Now, all human beings are blessed with incredibly powerful imaginations. However, many imagine outcomes for the future that are not going to be to their advantage. Imagining negative outcomes leads to worry, stress, and fear, and this drains our energy and motivation. Imagining a positive outcome of the future releases more energy and more motivation that we need to succeed at our goals. Now, this is scientifically supported by research on the release of neurochemicals. Fortunately, the process we use in our minds is the same for both negative and positive imaginations. And with the right know-how, one can switch the emotion that generates fear into one that generates excitement and anticipation. Marissa Peer says it like this: every thought you think forms a blueprint which the mind makes real. The mind does not distinguish between right and wrong, good or bad. It just deals in pictures and words and takes what you say to be the thing the mind must make real. Key number 6, forming our goals well. When forming our goals, it's essential that we consider a number of factors. Creating a compelling view of the things we gain when we attain the goal is important, but it's also important to get a clear understanding of what we will lose. Many times, the likely loss prevents us from achieving what we want because we've not adapted to our thinking of that loss. A prime example of this is giving up smoking. Many people fail to give up because having a cigarette provides them with a valuable 5-minute break. When the break is factored into the future along with the goal, the chances of success are considerably increased. If we do not form our goals well, as in if we leave these losses running as hidden unconscious programs as I mentioned under imagination, it starts to become clearer why we don't achieve our dreams or get distracted along the way. So, what goal are you working on today? Drop a comment below on the one thing you're going to start to treat as important. And number 7, believe that it's possible and that it is for us. Many people hold negative beliefs about whether the goal is achievable, whether they will ever achieve it, or even if it's really for them. It's important to overcome these beliefs, or self-sabotage will result and the goal will end up being tucked away in your regrets cabinet in your mind. Fortunately, we're not born with our beliefs, and the ones that we develop through childhood and into the present moment can be changed. Remember that everything you believe and know today was learned from somebody else. Every positive idea, every negative one, every fact and every assumption. Many of you have just accepted these by default, but you can examine them and reframe your beliefs. Coming up next are a couple more videos I recommend based on this one. But first, click the like button if you learned anything today, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Remember to comment below and let me know what you realised after watching this video, or even just where you're tuning in from, or what you'd like me to talk about in the future. I'd love to get to know more about you so I can make content that you want to see, as I'm dedicated to producing weekly videos on mindset, meditation and motivation to help you live your life. Until next time, my friend, peace.